What up, what up, what up? What's up, everybody? Sunday morning. All right. Wanted to do a little live for everybody on a Sunday morning because not all people get to be on the stream when it's late night. When it's Tuesday and Thursday nights, people can't get on and see what's going on. So I figured we would do one on Sunday if I had time, and I got a couple time here that we can carve out and do some stuff. And I want to talk about some stuff today that's important that I don't think gets talked about enough, because too often I try to explain stuff to people on Twitter and they really don't want to hear what I have to say. And I hate to use Twitter as a platform, but that's really where the only cryptocurrency talk goes on. So I have to kind of use Twitter. And it's hard to explain to people why things happen the way they happen, and what controls it and what doesn't control it. So I kind of want to show y'all now. So I got an idea of how to do this, and I kind of want to explain some other stuff that goes on with the economy and the market. I'll try to add that in today. And if you would bear with me, the washing machine is running full blast over here because we do laundry on Sunday too. So let's get the chart pulled up and the chat pulled up. What's up, Jeremy, Gamer, M. Carter, Nick, Dre, Rug? What's up, Rug? I know Twitter's hot garbage, but brother, there's so much crypto talk on there that ain't on YouTube or anywhere else. So we got to use what we got. That's all there is to it. All right, let's get some stuff pulled up here. How about a chart? We got Bitcoin up. Let's talk about Bitcoin real fast, because Mama BTC still hadn't got off the rag. She's still ragging pretty hard. So Harvey shared an amazing GIF to the group earlier, and it might be the best GIF I've ever seen, of a tampon turning into a rocket and exploding onto a cat's head, which is the craziest shit I've ever seen, but it made me laugh pretty hard. So what's up, Mr. Fib? What's up, Ken? AM. Carter, never seen you. Where you from, brother? How'd you find us? Good to have you. All right, Bitcoin real quick. We're still, looks like we maybe tried to catch support again on the 100 right here, the 100 moving average. We caught it right here. Right there we caught some support. Now we're doing it again maybe. The difference is we're pinching down here. We got the 8 and the 21 pinching down, forcing all this action down, and now we're hitting this 100 and we're pinching. We have a crossing that's about to happen, and I believe this is a tits move. This is a tits move from the Darth playbook, and we're going to have a drop here. Once this 8 and the 21 gets ready to cross the 100, it's going to pinch it and push it. That's all there is to it. It's slowly going to happen. Nothing has happened as fast as we wanted it to. Too bad if you don't like that. All the way down to the 4 hour, we're under a lot of stuff. It just popped over the 8 and the 21, but it's under the 200. And I don't want to hear nothing about nothing until we break and hold that 200 for a while. As you see, we tried right here. 3 failures to break resistance and fail. No mas. And we're doing it again here. We're under the 200 again. And we're not doing anything. Oh, what's up? That's Hellraiser from the group, M. Carter. What's up? Let me get you a $2 crew wrench. That way I can keep up with who's who. Because names are different on YouTube than they are in the Telegram, than they are in Discord, or wherever else. And it gets confusing with everybody's names. Yeah, Rug, there's a lot of bad info on Twitter, and I'm kind of trying my best to get rid of the bad info, or at least call the bad info out. If I can just call you out and make you in public and make you look, like you got called out, well then hopefully that'll change some stuff. You know what I mean? That's kind of my hope anyway. If I can kind of call you out a little bit and get you to think maybe I shouldn't be acting stupid and saying stupid stuff. But then I get DMs, which I ain't gonna show y'all, but I get DMs of how horrible of a person I am, and I simply call them out in the DM very nicely and ask them, why post trash? And they say, well, the clickbait. I'm like, no, that's clickbait. Don't do that. And they're like, no, well, we don't put the clickbait in the actual thing we tell you. We just put the clickbait out front. And I'm like, that's not cool. You're misinforming people, and people are buying based on your misinformation. Do you not feel bad? And the answer I've gotten from multiple people who do this is no, we don't feel bad. Well, are you kidding me? I would feel awful if I told y'all some shit that wasn't true. You know what I'm saying? So, just my take on it. So, we're not doing anything till Bitcoin does its move. What do I got happening? I got this failing to break the 200 and coming down here and hitting our pink box. I need to tighten this box up a little bit. There we go. It looks bad being way over there. I do have a different mouse with a wire now. No more wireless. Let's see what happens. All the complaining about the mouse, and I finally put the cheap HP wired mouse in here. Let's see. It's hard for people to actually admit when they're wrong. Yes, it is. That guy saying that bad info is marketing was ridiculous. Oh my God, I know, right? I didn't want to call that out, but dude, you can't do that. That's not marketing. That's false information. That's like saying a ShamWow is a paper towel, and it's not. It's a ShamWow. It's totally different. So, what I wanted to talk to y'all about was if I can kind of get out the information and explain what bot trading is and how it works. I think it would be easier if I gave like a visual representation of what it is. So, I'm going to try to do that now. So let me pull out the recording software here and let's record this, because I want to make a separate video that I can just post up later of how bot trading works, and try to give an explanation visually plus an explanation on the chart. And then don't you dare talk shit about the ShamWow. Now the ShamWow's cool, but it's no paper towel. It's no brownie. Okay, let's be real. Also, no shots this morning. It's Sunday morning. I got kids, football going on. The kids are doing random crap outside they shouldn't be doing. So I can't do it this morning. We'll do 2 on Tuesday. 2 for Tuesday. Ooh, it's going to be a rough Tuesday stream. So let's talk about how bot trading works. All right, let's do that first. All right, so bot trading. It's not as complicated as you may think. I've got the Bitcoin chart up here for everybody to see. What I'll do is pull up the Bitstamp chart, because I don't ever keep anything on the Bitstamp chart, and there's good data there. And let's pull the indicators off, because we don't need any to talk about bot trading. We're just explaining how it works here. All right. So what is bot trading? fairly simple for understanding's sake is, we get on an exchange and we make trades. We buy a coin and we hold on to it and we ride the waves and we make money. Okay, well, we use our emotions sometimes to make moves. We look at a chart and say, oh, that's down. I think I'll buy that. Like you see here, the Bitcoin chart made a move down right here. And we bought it, right? Okay, so you bought that down move and you thought you made something. Well, essentially the bot sees the same thing you see, okay? And there's bots on both sides. And I say bots, and that's just basically software actuated trades, okay? 95% of stock market trades, I'm not sure the percentage on Forex because I can't really find any hard data. But 94% of all cryptocurrency trades are software driven. They're not even us doing it, okay? It's just simply a computer playing with another computer, buying back and forth, okay, using the exchange as a moderator. So, essentially, if I take this bottle cap, I'm a bot and I'm buying one coin. I buy down here at the bottom from the exchange and accept it. When it gets up here to this point, I sell it to the exchange. What does the exchange do? The exchange sells it to this bot. This bot is waiting for it to go down on leverage. There's multiple different kinds of way to trade, but it doesn't matter. This bot waits for it to go down on leverage. What happens then? The chart starts to go down. The chart goes down. The bot sells it back to the exchange. This bot buys it back at the bottom. Pretty simple, right? Okay, it keeps going on and on like this 100 times per second, okay? And I say 100 times per second because I don't really have solid data on how often that happens. But I can tell you that Wall Street trades at about 1.4 million trades per minute. Okay, per minute. 1.4 million trades per minute. So please use your thought process on this and tell me, do you really think there's 1.4 million people staring at a computer screen and trading at the exact same moment? And I'm going to answer you that with a big fat no. It's not how it works. It's a software, okay? It's lots of computers with really sophisticated, really smart programs that are using this stuff to trade with. Now, how are they trading? With the exact same strategies we use, okay? The trading strategies are no different. You can use all different types. You could use the cloud for a conservative trading strategy. You could use the 8 EMA only for an aggressive trading strategy. You could use the MACD for a slow-moving monthly trading strategy. It's all different ones, right? It's quite simple, though. Now, that's on a daily. I'm just using daily right now, okay? So what we could do is, that's 4 hour, I'm sorry. We're just using the 4 hour, and I'm just going to switch around, okay? So one coin would have been the 4 hour, all right? On the daily, there's a whole nother set of bots or set of software moves. And how does that work? Well, instead of it just being the one coin moving back and forth between bots through the exchange over and over again, okay, they buy, they sell, they buy, they sell, and they take the percentages they can get. Usually that's about 2%, okay? But all different bots work on all different percentages. You just don't have the access to it because you don't have the money to invest in these things that other people do, okay? Hold on, let me answer some questions. All right, so there's no questions. So do I include spot orders in those numbers like buys? Absolutely, absolutely. All different sheets, all different matters are software driven. So we have our 4 hour going back and forth. We also have the daily trades going back and forth, okay? So as you see, this one coin is small. This one amount of trades is small, but the daily is much bigger. And it trades also back and forth through the exchange. What does that mean? Well, that quite simply means that this trade is a lot smaller than this trade. So which one should you be looking at? Well, you can look at both, but you need to understand that this one has more momentum than this one. So this is why you can't get caught looking at the lower time frames, because you get lost in the small amounts, but you forget that the big time frame is moving back and forth also. Now, does it stop at daily? Absolutely not. It doesn't stop at daily. We go to weekly. Even bigger moves. Okay? That's a huge move compared to these little tiny arrows we made right here. If we put an arrow here, we'll see that is a much larger move. What does that mean? Well, now we got this big cup right here, this small little coin, plus the pretty nice sized daily coin, back and forth. And it's also important to know that this little small coin and this daily coin gets destroyed by this big cup, okay? Cup lid, 12 ounces, 32 ounces, okay? And they move back and forth. And when one of these big cups comes in, these back out of the way and shut up while this one happens. That's just the way trading works. If you don't understand why I'm saying that, it's important to know that the bigger moves on the bigger time frames kind of swallow up the little ones. Okay, now the little ones are still happening back in there, but basically the software sees a big move happening and backs out. It backs out, stops and takes its percentage and moves away. And the bigger percentage, the bigger time frames, comes in and rides up. Now how do we know that? Well, an example of that is OMG. And OMG showed us that fairly obviously. We were all looking at OMG and going, why is this happening? Why is this chart moving like this? It's just taking off and it's blowing through everything. Well, it kind of wasn't, okay? And we know it kind of wasn't because we were able to put monthly charts up here and show you what was happening. Okay, I'll put it up here for you for an example. We'll kind of size it up correctly here. We found out that the monthly moves from June, now it's up to you to research this stuff, okay? We can't be your researchee. But anyway, we'll pull this one here for an example. June 19 area, down, and then reversed. And as you see, these monthly moves correlate perfectly with the things we look for. A 786 hit right here. A drop. Went sideways a little bit, caught support, and came up. What did it do? It hit one of our profit lines. This is why we take profit on the way up, because if we waited for this 1618, we'd have never got our profit, okay? We'd have been stuck. We'd have been stuck here waiting, and it never happened. This is why we hit our take profit lines, as here and here. We would have got 70% of this trade out. We'd have got out and been waiting to see what happens. Okay, now it's dropped a considerable percent. And that percent, look, I mean, it's dropped 60% of its value. If you were waiting, you would have lost 60% of your profit just sitting there waiting. This is why it's smart to understand that these things happen. If you were looking at the daily and you thought, I'll just use the daily chart and that'll get me what I need, well, that'd have been a huge mistake. While most trading happens on the daily, I will admit, most trades happen on the daily. Not all of them do. A lot of moves happen on the weekly, the monthly, and also the quarterly. And we just started a new quarter, which is kind of why I wanted to get on here and talk about this. So we see these quarterly charts pop up. I want you to know that things are going to happen and you better be prepared for them. I'll pull this one off since we already used it. But if we're just looking at the daily, this thing blew right through any daily moves that it could have made, okay? You see it, we hit our 1272 here almost perfectly. We would have drawn a box right here and hit our box and would have took profit. Let's get rid of this fib set then. We wouldn't have got all of our profit and we'd have been irritated that we didn't get it all. But if we waited a couple more days, this thing blew right through what we were looking for. Look at that. It went right to 1618, which is pretty cool. But it made this god-awful move at the top, didn't it? See, it hit 1618 right there on the daily. Very nice. But it made this move. Well, what the heck was that? If you're looking at the daily, this doesn't line up with anything, does it? That's just some crazy move. That's why you go out to the monthly and the weekly. Weekly starts to make more sense. And there you kind of see that if we look at the weekly, we came down, hit a mark, ride it, came down, hit a mark. We use this June 19 area over here on the monthly to see that we made a monthly move. Now, do we have 3 months worth of data on this? I'm not sure we have 3 months of data on OMG. But I'd like to see a quarterly. And a quarterly would be 3 months. 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. 4 quarters in a year, you know. We don't even have 3-month charts on CoinTrader, so I don't think I can give you a 3-month quarterly chart on OMG. Yeah, I have no data here. That's not enough. We can kind of see that, right? We can kind of see that there's a quarterly correlation here. And the quarterly chart is very technical. Yeah, see, we still hit the 1414 on the quarterly, and we're going to come down to maybe 325 on OMG. If by the quarterly charts aren't exactly detailed, they're just a big move, okay? And I want you to understand that's like 4 of these cups moving back and forth, rather than the one little coin, one coin trade that we see here. Now, how do we know these are bot trades? Well, it's a little bit complicated and a little bit easy to understand at the same time. All right, so we've actually monitored the trades before during a normal day of trading. Just sat back and watched and monitored the trades when we were trying to find coins that we thought may or may not go somewhere. And what we found was some of these coins were trading one coin at a time. So if it was VET, one VET token at a time. VET is trading at 1 cent. So you mean to tell me that some human traded one VET token to the exchange? Just one. Now he paid more in fees to trade that one coin than he did to get rid of it. He would have lost money trading one VET. That's stupid. No human would do that. Now, well, who did it then? Quite simply, it's a trading bot reducing its position and taking profits. Now, if you're already in the profit, you wouldn't mind removing just one VET, right? One VET every 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, we're getting rid of one. We could watch it on the sheet happen. We watched it with XRP. Who trades one XRP? Nobody. Who would just trade 1/4's worth? That's dumb. You wouldn't do that. You would trade it all, or you would trade a lot of it. You would trade like a lot of 100 XRP, and then 100 XRP, and then 100. You wouldn't trade one. That's stupid. And furthermore, we know this from a documentary that was done on the stock market about a guy who invented, a trading bot strategy, and he actually ran it and was making a lot of money off of it until they shut him down. All right, and then he kind of explains that Apple stock in 2010 traded at 1 cent. Now let me show you something. I said Apple stock traded at 1 cent in 2010. Show me on the chart in 2010 where it traded for 1 cent. Because I'd love to see it. Right here is 2010. I don't see any 1 cent trades. Now what happened? Well, it's kind of complicated and kind of not. And I'll explain it to you here. You look at 2010. You see any 1 cent trades? I don't. Quite simply, in 2010, the market was a little bit more Wild West than it is now. Okay, this was after 2007 when we had the housing crash. This is after 2009 when they tried to fix it by pumping some stuff into it and trying to make it better. Obama was elected. He tried to make things different and change things. And this happened, okay? So in 2010, trading bots essentially started to sell Apple. And they sold Apple, and they sold Apple, and they sold Apple. And they sold so much that they followed the trend down, and they were selling at 0.01 cent per share. Now, if you know Apple, they had no bad business at all at that time. In fact, iPhones were booming, Air Max were coming out, all kind of cool stuff. They're killing it. Why would their stock be going down that far? And there really is no answer for that because there was nothing to cause that to happen. They had good earnings reports, all this, okay? This is why I say the news doesn't matter. You don't matter like you think you matter as far as the money goes. No human would trade Apple at 1 cent. If Apple was 1 cent today, I would unload my bank account to buy Apple at 1 cent. I'd unload every dollar I've got and buy Apple at 1 cent. But that's not going to happen. In 2010, it happened. The market drove Apple down to 1 cent. But you can't see it on the chart. Why is that? Because the NASDAQ and the Dow and a couple other people who do exchanges erased that data from ever happening. Because they realized it was illegible and not true. But it really happened. So quite simply, they erased all the trades. They took them all away. Just like the oil trades that happened earlier this year when I think the Saudis, maybe it was the Saudis or maybe it was Kuwait, I don't remember, but they dumped oil on the market and they flooded the market and supply and demand kicked in and there was no demand. So the oil price went into the negative. They were paying you to take it instead of you paying them. So all those trades for that oil stuff got taken away also. All right, they actually stopped that. And when it came back up, they turned it back on. Now, this happened in 2010. And when this happened, the NASDAQ, the Dow, and Wall Street all got together and put in circuit breakers. And these circuit breakers cut and stop the market at 15% drops. If it drops 15%, the idea behind this is this stops the bots, and it gives the people who run the bots a time to find more liquidity, to find more money, to figure out whether they want to buy or sell from this stopping point, okay? And then they turn it back on. And if it goes down another 15%, they stop it again. And they turn it on, and they stop it again until it stops, okay? And then what happens? Well, the crash from this year, which actually wasn't a crash, it was a retracement, happens again. See, we had this drop, pick up, drop, pick up, drop, and then we started coming back, okay? As you see, there's some gaps in the charts. I'm all down for hearing the gap theory on the Dow. That's fine, whatever, Apple, it doesn't matter. The point is, this was a monthly retracement. You just didn't see the monthly because you weren't looking for it. What you were looking for wasn't there. Now look, from May 18, look how accurate that is. Oh God, the stock market crashed because of Corona. Look, this was right when this happened. This was a monthly retracement. We had a clean reversal up to 1618. Took profits. Why did we take profits? Because we hit our target. The entire bot trading system took its profits. Do you understand? Why wouldn't you take your profits at 1618? They took the profits. What happened when you took your profits? Retracement happened. It's not that not that complicated. It's pretty simple, actually. Was this a Corona crash? No. I'm sorry to say that, but the news happens after the chart. Okay? Not the other way around. We can try to put stuff with the chart and say, oh, this is why it happened. News happens after the chart, okay? It's just the way it is. What have we done from here? Well, we reversed. Reversed back up again. Where did we reverse to? Look, we went too far. The TA didn't line up on the month, did it? We went all the way up here to the 2 line. But look where we're coming back to. The spot where it should have went to begin with, the 1618 line. This happens over and over and over and over again. When the market goes too far past its target, it pulls back. It's simple, okay? It's simple. Now, is this something that I'm making up? No. You can go back in history and do this all you want. We're just continuing an uptrend, in my opinion. We haven't done anything good or bad. We're just continuing a trend. This is going to continue to drop until we come down to a good drop level. What's a good drop level? Well, let's see. Let's do this one. This was the bottom. And we came up to here. And look, we did a 50% retrace. And then we started back up. Well, let's find 50% again. Where do I think Apple's going to go? 85.65. That's a long way, isn't it? Maybe it doesn't go that far, but it probably could. 85.65. If it really, really wanted to on the monthly, it would. Now, maybe it doesn't go that far. Maybe it just goes to 95.91 or something like that. But these are going to be my target lines. 95.91, 85.65. I'm liking these 2 targets right here. It's the way the stuff works. It's not that complicated, okay? We want to make it out to be stuff, and we want to say stuff, and it's just not there. I hate to break it to you, but that's not the way it works. Let me read some questions real quick, because this is all interactive. Let's see. I have done it to fuck with I fell for that hope and change once. Yeah, it turns out it was just the same, a whole bunch of the same. The Big Short movie explains all this. Yes, I tell everyone in the group that required watching is The Big Short, Too Big to Fail, and The Giant Beast That Is the Global Economy. Those 3 things are kind of required watching to understand how this stuff works, okay? All right, just because I got some new, literally just before the feed, I can check out the chart for MKR. But yeah, let's see. Was it the 618 or a sunspot? Yeah, I'm not going to hear sunspot talk. March pre-April crash talking, and all companies buyback equals like S&P 500 in quarter one. Absolutely. It's cyclical what he's saying here. It's cyclical what he's saying that they sell in quarter four, they buy in quarter one. Absolutely. Why would they do that? Because that's time in the market to buy and sell. Reports start coming back to the end of the year. These reports come back and they drop. These companies buy their own stock back. Now, I want to explain that in another video. So let's end this one off here, and then I'll start back in another video. Hold up, I'm not really getting off. I'm just stopping the recording. I'll start it back in a second. Let's look at some of this stuff y'all are asking about. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Matt Harr? Where'd you hear about us from? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, we'll look up XDC. I got no problem with that. Let's see. Just, yeah, we can look at Theta. Absolutely. I got no problem with Theta. I've bought and sold Theta and lost money on it a couple times. All right. Yeah, look at Theta right now. I've already got this up here, and these are my target boxes, and y'all know how I do target boxes. When I see target boxes, I buy and sell and stop. I would have already sold this. This thing hit 1618. Dead nuts on the balls. And it sold. I'm out. I'm done. I need to see it do something else before I go back in. Walk away. Once you get a hit, you walk away. Okay? It's that simple. I got my hit. I'm out. If I miss some more, whatever. There's only 4,998 other coins to buy. Okay? Don't get mad that you missed one, because there's so many other ones that doesn't even matter. Let's see. Oh, okay, sweet, Matt. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, man, I'm on a mission. You might not have saw this at the beginning of the video because you might not have been in here, but I'm on a mission to help repair Twitter. I may fail miserably, but I'm on a mission to slowly but surely bring Twitter back down to earth. I'm sick and tired of all the moon talk. I'm sick of people clickbaiting everyone and tricking people into buying and selling because they want subs. I don't really care about subscribers here. I don't really care how many people watch. If I can only help one person at a time, that would be a big deal to me. If I can help one person buy and sell the correct spots and make money and not lose money like everybody else is, that means the world to me. That's all I care about. I don't want any tips. I don't want any money from anybody. I don't want to sell any subscriptions to bullcrap crypto coaching. I hope you're watching, Jolly. I hope you're watching. I don't want to sell any special courses. It's not about that, dude. The stuff is free. I do it for free. It's not rocket surgery. It's not. We can all learn this. It's simple math and simple geometry. If you can fold a shirt or fold a towel, you can figure this out, okay? We all can figure this out. Let's look at Theta on the monthly. I'm going to go back through this here and find what you guys are talking about. I'm going to go through and explain the I'm going to explain the economy one more time in a different way, and I'm going to explain the Big Short again, because I didn't record it before. But I want to explain the Big Short again, and I'll record it, and then I'll put it out there for everybody so that you can watch the Big Short movie and understand what the hell they're talking about, okay? Because I had to watch the Big Short a couple times before it really kind of clicked, and I didn't really understand at the time. I remember ignoring the Big Short at first and thinking it was kind of dumb at first, until I learned. All right, so let's look at Theta here real quick. So we got targets hit, erase the targets. I'm done with that. On the monthly, let's look and see if we can find more data on Theta. Theta. Do we have all the data here? Well, we got more. 1 month. Yep, there's more data on CoinTrader. Let's look at the monthly. This new mouse is amazing. What have I been waiting so long for, y'all? Look at here. 1414 hit. RSI is screaming high. I don't know what this MACD is doing right now, but it looks high. I guarantee you we're over the 8 and the 21. I guarantee you we're over whatever moving averages would be there. This needs to come down. Could it go to 1618? Yes, but it doesn't look like it to me. Look how high this is. This is screaming overbought. Screaming overbought on theta. I don't want to get involved in theta. It's too late. Missed that boat already. So, buy it if you wish, but you're flirting with disaster. I see a monthly RSI that high. Man, that's way up there, okay? That's way up there. I'm not getting involved in that. Could it go higher? Yeah, I think so. But I don't really see it. Quick analyzation there on the monthly tells me no. What about the weekly? Let's just look. Okay, weekly screaming high too. Weekly is just as high. Could it go up there? Yeah, but I don't see it. Right now we're forming a evening star, which means it would come over here, hit that again, and drop. Or a hanging man here, whatever you want to call it, however you want to form it. We're forming an odd looking candle, okay? And I don't like it. It's made so much ups here. It's made so many gains. I'm kind of feeling like this is going to happen again. This move right here. It's pullback, retracement. It's going to happen again up here. Only it's got some support right here. Let's actually go in and look at that. Weekly, right here. Weekly here. Looks like if we pulled back on the weekly, we could go, yeah, we could go back to this weekly support. That would be 52 cent. About 52 cent would be the spot to buy theta after this Bitcoin drop, because I think that's going to pull theta way on down, because this due to come down anyway. This is how we find these, okay? This is important, because now we know this one's going to fall hard, as opposed to some that may not fall as much that we've been tracking pretty hard already, like One Harmony and Algo and other ones. Link, they're not going to fall as hard as theta does, okay? We just found this out. So if I'm buying here, I'm waiting on theta to bottom, okay? And we already see the targets here. Weekly, about 50, 52 cents, something like that. And if it can't hold that one, then we're going to come down to 35 cents. I don't see 35 cents, okay? That's what, yeah, Darth just said. Massive support on others. Look how much support theta has this high. Has this one line to hold it up. This one line. It also has this one down here, but it's down another 50%. Okay, so the difference is Bitcoin has piles of support. Piles of support right here to hold it up. Okay? It actually has a inverse head and shoulders going right here too on the monthly. Okay? That'll send it up here to all-time high, but it's going to take months to do that. Months. So don't get your hopes up. Yeah, Matt, if you have never watched a video before, I don't do fluff. I don't make crap up. I will not tell you something that's going to go up. I will tell you it's going to go down. I don't care if it hurts your feelings. I'm here to make money. I'm here to teach people to make money. I'm not here to tell you to buy and hold. That's stupid. I come off blunt sometimes, and I come off as a dick sometimes. And I know I am. But unfortunately, the one thing that's important to understand is markets don't care about your emotions. Not even a little bit. These charts don't care how you feel. These charts don't care about your gut reaction. They don't care. They only care about the points on the chart that they're going to hit. This chart makes the news. It doesn't care what comes on CNN. It doesn't care that the president got corona. I've already showed that too. This chart was already coming down. Why are we worried about the chart dropping a little bit because the president got corona? It was already coming down. We're already in a downtrend. Why are we thinking that was why? No, it's just the news. And then the news people get on TV and they find a reason to react. It's not how it works, okay? We were on live the other night when it happened, and the thing popped up and said, hey, the president's got corona. The chart had already come down. It stopped pretty much. And then it came creeping back up. So let's be real here. I mean, it's, you know, I hate to break it to you like this, but that's the way it is. We haven't closed this CME gap yet on Bitcoin. We're still holding. We haven't got down to where I think we need to be. I think we're going to come down here and hit our target box around 10,000 and probably bounce back up a little bit. Fight this pennant line here and then come down for our last drop. I don't think we're out of the woods. I think it's going to be mid, what's the date? Mid-October to November, election time. And they'll tie in election. And that'll be some reason to say things are going down when it's not. We see this downtrend. Don't say I didn't tell you already. All right, that's the way it works. XDC. Let's look at XDC. XDC. Zenfin Network. A lot of guys online like Zenfin. I caught a lot of hell for saying Zenfin was going down. Look at that. Boy, those guys came after me too when I said Zenfin was coming down. You don't know what we were talking about. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's fine. I joined a group on Telegram to try to get new people. And boy, they ripped me a new asshole when I come in there and said that Zenfin was going down. Boy, they did not like that at all. Now, the good news is Zenfin has already done its June move. It's ahead. Okay. It hit its 1618. Actually shot past it. It took an all-time high run right here. It touched all-time high, or touched the trend for all-time high, and it hits resistance line up here. All right, let's put some more in here just to make sure we find some good spots. Some good lines here. If you've never watched a video before, then you don't know that I do these resistance lines first, because these resistance lines pretty much tell us where we're going on the chart before we ever even get there. Down or up. They don't tell us the direction. Just tells us what's going to happen when we go that way. All right. Now you see it. We hit this line. This was our original resistance line for Zenfin. We hit the mark over here already. Not only that, but from the June area that we've measured several times. This one's actually August, but it's the June area. Came down, did its move, and reversed up. It hit its only spot of resistance right in here and got caught. Okay, it got caught very shortly, though, and immediately kept going. Finished its move, and now it's pulling back down. How far is it going to go? Well, let's dig in a little deeper and see. Can it come down more? Is it going to stop there? Well, let's find out. Saw the monthly move. Let's dig in a little closer. Let's go down to the weekly just to have a look. All right, we see some standard retracements and pullbacks here. Let's fine tune this line a little bit. Right about here, because we hit all these points. We're actually hitting here. Came down, popped over, tested this line, couldn't break it. Let's fine tune this one a touch right there. Hit that point. Now we're pulling down. It looks like we're going to come down to 0042 and make a decision. The MACD is ugly. It can come down some more. The RSI is going down and has no sign of stopping. The 40 line is there. So we're going to look for this to come down toward this 40 line and make a swoop or pop, one of the two. I'm pretty sure Bitcoin is going to drag this one down. We don't have any clean, obvious explanation for that, but it looks that way just based on our resistance and support lines. We could put daily lines in here, but this thing's already ahead and moved, so I don't think that's worth the time. Again, we made a 1414 move, came down, and then made a 1618. It actually came above it, but failed and pulled back down. That's what happens when we break 1618 and go too far. It comes over and comes back down. I hope Bearable Bull got a commission on all that XRP I bought last year, bro. Bro, you are correct. Now, here's the thing. I'd be happy to call them out. You're not going to watch this because you've got 12,000 Twitter followers and I'm just an ant amongst elephants. But I'm going to call you out because all you do is hopium. I don't do hopium, okay? There's some other guys who do hopium too. They've already blocked me. I don't think the Bearable Bull's blocked me yet because he doesn't read his comments. But most of these people have already blocked me. We could call them out by name, but we know who they are. They've already blocked me. People don't like to hear the truth. They'd rather spew hype. So, how much farther are we coming down? Let's see. We can get a move here, up. We see we've failed 786 and 886. We've came down to 1272. And looky here. All right. It appears that 1414 and the resistance line up together perfectly. Look at that. I didn't even do that. Y'all saw me do it live. So, in my opinion, this is going to come down here and hit this 1414 box at 0043. That's my call. How long is that going to take? I don't know. A couple weeks maybe. Maybe 3, maybe a month. Either way, Zenfin's not done coming down. And then once this comes down, it's still not a buy. I need you to understand this needs to come down and then turn up some. Okay? If it doesn't turn up and get moving and break the 50 on the way up, I'll even give you a target of that. Let's look at that too. Let's say this is the top, and let's say this red line is the floor. I'll need to see it break this line and hold it before I buy any Zenfin. Why is that? Because this is the continuation spot. This thing can come down here and hit this and then go back down and do it again. Okay, you have no proof that it's not going to happen yet. You can't guess. You could say I'm going to buy here and hold, and you'll lose money. Okay, you don't know. So this is the proper spot to buy. You could buy here and then see if it breaks this mark. The reason our group is called 786 Assassins, because this line kills you. If it can't get through this, then it's going to come down also. The two most important spots on the set, the 50 line and the 786. We've broken neither. Don't want to hear anything until we do. That's the Zenfin call for you. People are typing like crazy. Hang on here. Let's see. Absolutely, you can get a link to invite people. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna send Razor. I'm gonna send you my Telegram info. Just tell them message me, and I'll add them. There you go. I'm multitasking, no problem. Yeah, the worst part was the dang admitting the hopium, Darth. No joke, dude. I have the screenshots. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, because it pissed me off, man. I was like, what are we doing right now? Are we really saying this stuff and thinking it's okay? Let me pull it up. You can't see his name, so it'll just be a more of a call out on the ridiculousness than anything. Yeah, let's see if I can. I don't know if I can post a picture in the chat, can I? Is that allowed? How do I do that? I don't know if I can do that. I don't know how to do it. Maybe somebody can explain it. I'll post that picture up if I could. I might have to add like a hyperlink or something. Not sure. All right, so anybody else got some coins want me to look at real quick? We got Zenfin, RSR. Okay, yeah, RSR. I can show it on my screen. All right. Well, let's do that then. Hang on a second. All right, stupid people. That's what I'm going to call it. No, I'll call this hopium. I'll call it hopium. Add source. Browse. That one. Open. Done. Let me size it up for you so you can see it real nice. There you go. Tell me that don't piss you off. This man said you have got to stretch the truth to make people listen. I said clearly, I'm not about taking Pete's money. This is DMs, by the way. Y'all haven't even seen this. I want to learn the right. I just want people to learn the right way and stop all the guessing and moon talk. See the charts for what they are. He said moon talk is marketing. Sometimes you just got to stretch the truth to make people listen. If I say XRP could reach 50 by next week, click the link below to see. It'll gain people's attention. All the big news sites use exaggerated truth to draw people. Why would I want to be like everybody else? Why would I want to do that? That sounds ridiculous to me. I'm not trying to trick people, man. Why trick people? Why not just be real? I think people would appreciate if you were just real rather than lie to them. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. But I think people would actually like that. So I'm going to delete this garbage. Yes, I want to delete that garbage. Now, let's see. KG said it's different buying the coins like Myth, Algo, etc. because they're at the bottom and above strong support than coins that went up already, unless they retraced already, like Link or something. Absolutely, absolutely. What KG just said was some coins are so low and at support, and other coins like RSR and SHA and others are so high that they're not at support levels and they have to come down and find support levels, okay? And some of them like Link and Myth and Algo and One Harmony, they're already down there at support. So they don't need to fall as far. Okay, that's the easy way of looking at it. If you're buying a coin like SHA or Zenfin or OMG, Zeal, Digibyte, all these, they're way up high. I need you to understand they need to come down before they go up. So you're taking a big risk buying something that's low. Let's see. Why would anybody want to copy what the news does? Bro, I have no idea. Just for clickbait to get subs and make money off of it. And I don't want people's money. So it's all about getting somebody's attention. And I'm not cool with that. Lies are comforting. That's exactly right. Lies are comforting, aren't they? I was thinking about that the other day. Can you do algo real quick? Absolutely. XYZ happened. Do this now. 25 minutes later. Me do what? Matt's exactly right. Hey, Matt Malloy, what's up, brother? Where are you from? Good to see you here. Never saw you on here before. I try to get people's information and see where they come from to see where I could promote more without making people see clickbait. That's why I ask. Let's do Algorand. Which one is that? This one. Give me some drink here. I'll do about, I'd say like 30 or 45 more minutes of this, and then we'll stop because football's coming on, and I'm gonna hang out with the fam a little bit. All right. Let's see. Charting those retracement supports is planning while this quarter finishes is a good goal. Absolutely. Find the points where we think it's going to stop, and when we see those points, make note of it and let it ride. All right. So. Oh, okay. What's up, Matt? What's your name over in the Forex group? I don't remember. People's names different in Discord, so I can't keep track of who's who. So I posted this to TradingView the other day, and I wanted people to. Oh, Matt. Okay, good deal. I got you. Good to have you. I posted this in TradingView publicly for everybody to see. But quite simply, we had this down move right here. I'll do this in black so you can see. I'm not going to erase this because I want to leave this up to test myself. We had this down move here. Okay. I measured from here down, and I see that we did not break this important level right here. What I just say about Zenfin, it hasn't broken an important level like the 50 line. I want to see it break this 50 line and hold. Why is that? I'll do BMKR in a second, Jeremy. My bad, I forgot. That 50 line is the continuation line. If it does not break the continuation line, then it will continue doing what it's already been doing, which was a down, and then up, and then a down. This is how we find these points, okay? We don't just guess. We find the points. So we didn't break this 50 continuation, which is what I wrote right here. 50 continuation, fib rejection down. And I got the arrow pointing to it. Now I got this black arrow that I was predicting what would happen. We have a black trend line right here and a pennant and a red at the top, okay? I drew a box right here because I think this box is going to get hit. We've already seen this fib set not break the 50, so I'm going to remove it so we can see without it. It makes it easier to see when there's not so much stuff on the screen. There we go. Now this fib set I have right here, I just drug over to the side, but it's this one, okay? I drug it over there so people could see a little easier because the people complain that they can't see, right? Okay, see, so we went down and then we went up to the point where we didn't break it, and now we're measuring to see how far down we go. And I've got the 786, 886 zone highlighted here because this is where I think it's going to go, and I think we're going to get a small bounce, and I think we're going to get another failure, okay? It's just the way I see it happening. Then we're going to hit this mark, we're going to get a small bounce up, and then we're going to drop some more. It's following along perfectly right now. I'm going to put this back over here out of the way. This is the first target for me. I'm not buying and selling right here because this is going to be a small move up, I think, a 50% up and then a down to this next mark. The next mark is monthly support. I think we test monthly support and bounce around a little bit. I don't think it just blows right through it, okay? It's just the way I see it. After that, down here is the floor. The 1414, 1618. I can't predict exactly which one it's going to hit, okay? It's impossible. I can look back in history and see support. I got big support right here, okay? See, I even wrote it down. Tons of support. Here, here, here. All this, got to push through all this to really dump. There are people online predicting the Algorand goes to 10 cents. Apparently, you can't read a chart because it's got to go through all of this trash just to break it, okay? It ain't going to do that. It don't have the momentum. The momentum isn't there. We have a sell call on the zero lag MACD here. We're going to get some more down. RSI is fighting 40. We're going to get some more down. This is why I say it's going to bounce, okay? At 40 and cruising sideways. This is begging to come down or pop up, and I don't see an up. I just don't. I see more down coming. If any up happens, it's going to reject really quickly. Okay? It's going to reject really quickly. I don't see it. I don't see it making a sharp move up. I'm going to leave this up here because I'm still curious of how it's going to do. Oh, and then by the way, we have this head and shoulders here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. And this down move is continuing that, okay? We're testing the neckline now. This is the neckline, and it'll be testing it for a little bit more. This would be the neckline also. That's why I say we bounce. Bounce off the neckline, then make a move. Up here I've got resistance in this area, and this area that it's got to push through. It cannot push through. It doesn't have momentum. Okay, so it's stuck. Stuck in between resistance and support equals down. Fair enough? Stuck in between resistance and support means down. Now you know how bots trade. Think about that next time you make a buy. All right, let's see. I sold on my XRP at 26. Smart guy. I sold all mine at 32 and then 30. 32 is where I sold my hopping bag of XRP. 30 cents is where I sold my stash, all of it. Let's see. Yeah, Matt, I've been out of XRP. In case you didn't know, XRP has probably the worst chart of any top 43 coin. It'll be the slowest moving, least gaining coin of the top 43. Like, I'll bet $100 on that with anybody who wants to take it. All the other top 43 coins will move faster or farther than XRP in the same amount of time that XRP makes its move. It's pretty simple. There's only a couple coins that have a chart similar to XRP, and that's XMR, which is Monero. Ethereum, but Ethereum has a better looking chart. And those two are going to move faster than XRP also. So, I wouldn't take that bet if I were you. You're going to lose. So, just remember that. All right. Let's see. Oh, MKR real quick. Oh, I see. Well, Fatusi. What's up, dude? Never seen you before. How you doing? Where'd you come from? I'm glad to have you. But I'll go over some fib retracement, sure. MKR. Let's see if we even have a chart for it. We do. Okay, we got some data. Not a whole lot, but we got some. Let's see. I agree too, KG. I think we closed the gap before December. I think it's just a struggle bus right now. MKR is still trending down, Jeremy. We only have daily. We don't have any more data. So let's do some lines here just to be pessimistic. Daily lines are pink because it's ugly and it sticks out and I can see it real good. Okay, big resistance right here. That'll probably be a weekly line, actually. Okay, and then maybe in here. Somewhere around in there is a good mark. Not exactly sure on that one. Somewhere around in here though. Let's look at the weekly real quick to see which one of these lines are weekly lines and not daily lines. Okay, so this one will be a weekly line. And this one will be a weekly line. Yeah, see, we're stuck under a weekly line. That's not good. We're fighting a weekly line. MKR has more to come down. I think it's going to do the same thing that the other ones are doing. We got a sell call on the MACD, zero MACD here, zero lag. We're hitting resistance, all this resistance. Got to push through it and it can't. Let's see if we can see a fib target on it. Ooh, it got sniped. Look. She's coming down, fellas. It's not that hard, is it? It's not that hard. Oh, sweet. Glasgow. That's over in Europe, right? That's cool. Where'd you hear about us from? Did it just pop up on YouTube and tell you to watch, or did you get on this from the Forex group, or what? Just curious. So, how far is it going to go down? Well, let's find out. We have lack of data, which I don't like seeing. I don't really like to trade new stuff on the count of lack of data. That lack of data spooks me. All right, 50. Let's see. We're fighting 236, but we're under it. That's weekly resistance. We're going to fall with Bitcoin probably. So I would put a spot at here. And if I would do a tight stop loss, maybe 30 or 40 pips on this one. Because if I can't hold that, then it's going to come down here to the other line. See this resistance line right here? Right at 786. When I see stuff line up like that, it's foreshadowing. Okay? Another one here. So if I can't hold that line, I would say this zone is worth eyeballing. Those would be my buy and sell zones. I would buy here with a tight stop loss. If it fails, you're getting out, not losing but 1 or 2%. And then I'd buy here with another tight stop loss. Maybe a little looser though, maybe 75 pips. And if it comes down a little bit and then goes, that's fine. But it's one of these two zones on MKR. Just based on the fibs and resistance lines. The MACD may sour. The RSI may come down to 40, but that would give everything room to move. And that would give time for the MACD to come back down and breathe. Everything's got to move down too. Sucks, I know. Let's see. Let's see. 3-month candles by then. The proper plan should already be determined. Absolutely, I agree. Darth, can we have a look at where XRP is going? Bro, it's never going to be good. Hold on, I'll show you. Now, I'll show you also why I say that it has the worst chart of the top 43. There's probably more than that now because the coins are moving around a little bit. But I mean, it's not a great chart. So let me find the XRP chart that I posted to TradingView. Can I do that? Yeah, here we go. This is what I posted to TradingView the other day. All right, so we have this March support. We have this current support right here, where that's going to hold XRP up. This is a 3-day chart, but it was easier for me to put this 3-day chart on TradingView than it was for me to post a 1-day that I couldn't get enough data on the screen. All right, this March drop happened because there was only this much support, okay? Now we have all of this extra support where XRP went sideways forever to hold this price up, okay? We're going to hold this price up. How far? Well, to break it simply to you, we didn't break the 300. We didn't break the 200 MA. We've been falling ever since. My first target would be S3 on the 3-day, which is also going to be like S2 on the 1-day. But that's 22.3 with a stop loss, a really tight stop loss, okay? 20 pips, really, really tight stop loss. This way, if it goes below, you don't lose much. But 20 is, I think, the floor. Okay, I actually said basement. Yeah, basement, because there's monthly support here that it fell under, and there's monthly support here that it still got to hit, okay? So I see 20 cents roughly even, 20 cents flat, as a basement. It's going to take a while to get there, too. And then, when you see all of that, you see this. You've seen how many resistance lines were just on MKR, right? 3 or 4? Look how many are on XRP. This has the worst looking chart of all of them. It's awful. Every single one of these resistance lines is going to get hit and stopped on. All of them. Every single one of them. How long is that going to take to get through? Forever. Okay? When Bitcoin hits all-time high again, XRP is only going to be around 50-something cents. I know you think that it's going to go higher than that. It's incorrect. It would go against every single chart fundamental, which I also was talking to the guy on Twitter about. He says, oh, but you don't understand. When utility kicks in, I don't want to hear if and whens. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care about ifs and buts. Doesn't matter to me. Ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. But instead, we've got its and buts, okay? It's not going to happen. We're going to hit 50 cents when Bitcoin hits all-time high. 50 to 75 cents on XRP when Bitcoin hits all-time high. I know that breaks your heart, okay? But from there, we have to fight up more and more and more and more. And Bitcoin's going to pull back when it hits that mark. Okay, it's not going to just break through it. That's not how it works. It's going to hit that mark and pull back and play around for a week or two or a month or two, and then make another move, and then XRP is free to start moving up toward these lines some more. Even then, we've got $1, $1.15, $1.50, all these. It's just a monthly. It's not the weekly or the daily. It's just a monthly. It's got to break all these. It's going to take years to get to all-time high again. And even when it gets to all-time high, it's going to stop there. Then what? Then it's free to move. I've already talked about this before. You might not have seen it before. So I'll show you. If XRP was to just do its thing and go amazing, right? The ceiling here, $16 to $32. $32. $16. And I'll put a take profit line in here too at 1272. Okay? There is no quote-unquote price discovery. It goes on technicals. 2017 XRP did the same thing. It followed technicals. It's pretty common sense. So would I be going for a buy limit? On which coin? Well, Wale. It might be Wale. I'm not sure what you go by. Let's see. 589 to 10K XRP. Oh my God. Darth is just stirring the pot. I love it. So the way I do fib retracement is pretty simple, okay? You first identify your trend, wale or whale, whichever one it is. You identify your trend. You going up or you going down? Well, if you're going down, your fib set will pull from the top down, okay? That's the way. On a downtrend, you pull from the top down. And I'll erase this and do it again so you can see it. Is this a downtrend? Yeah. Looks like a downtrend to me. So we're going to measure from the top down. All right, top and down. That gives us predetermined Fibonacci retracement lines. These get hit 75% of the time, okay? 75% of the time they get hit. It's worth noting that these three lines are profit lines, okay? Because they're reversal lines. When we break this downtrend and reverse up, we're good. And this even tells us here where our marks are, that we're going to be really important levels to where we're probably going to buy and sell. What do I mean? Just talked about that 50% line, right? Look where there's a line at on 50%. There's a resistance line right there. 68 cents, pretty much flat. That's going to be a line where we sell. Okay? Not rocket science. 886 up here looks like it's going to be a line where we sell. Not that complicated, is it? Pretty simple. That's why I say the things I say. Just not a fan of this chart at all. Every other chart looks better. And I know we've heard on Twitter about how great this coin is and all that. Maybe in 10 years that's correct. But right now, no. No. We're nowhere near regulations. I don't care what articles you read. Congress can't even pass a stimulus bill. They can't even sit in a room and talk together. What makes you think they're going to take the time to look at cryptocurrency and say, yeah, let's do that. That's a good idea. No, it's not going to happen. QAnon is not real. Mr. Pool is a joke. It's some guy on Twitter who makes up crap. Baba Yaga or whatever his name is, some guy who's good at drawing Photoshop cartoons. Yeah, nobody knows the truth. Okay, that's not how it works. All I know is what the chart tells me, and this chart looks really bad. Really bad. Already at 94% loss. If it was to drop any more, which it may, we're facing 97% loss. Would you buy anything that's 97% devalued? I would not buy anything 97% devalued. Nothing. Nothing. Unless I'm trying to do some TV show. You know. Wale or Fatusi or Whale Fatusi, whatever it is, you see right here. Oh, sorry. I dropped my chart on accident. There we go. You see right here where it's got the triangle and it says Carolina Keith _1. Message me there and I will add you in. There's only 3 rules to the Telegram. 3 rules are pretty simple. Number 1, no hopium. I don't want to see any hopium articles. They have a whole Twitter. We have all the Twitter for that. Number 2, second rule. Hold on a second. Got messages. Number 2 rule is, man, people are messaging me like crazy. Hang on. Yep, chart acted up. I got to redo it real quick. Let me add a new one in. Every once in a while this happens, where my chart goes nuts. It only takes me a second to fix it. Hang on. All right. I just got to resize it real fast. This isn't an ideal streaming setup. I'm still working on it. We're getting better with it though. All right. There we go. Now we're back rocking and rolling. Oh, all right. So first rule is no hopium. I don't want to hear about how you think something's going to be great in 20 years. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care about Twitter articles. Twitter articles. Number two, any chart goes. I don't care whether it's Forex, stocks, bonds, charts of any type, cryptocurrencies, municipal funds. Doesn't matter to me. Money markets. We'll look at all of them. I don't care. Third rule is participate. If you don't show up after a certain time or post a chart after a certain time, we'll just move you off. I won't say anything mean. I'll just move you off because we keep the group small on purpose, okay? We want people who actually try and are actually serious about this. If you're not serious, we'll just move you out. You know what I mean? We'll find somebody else that is serious. Let's make this chart a little bit smaller. This chat is humongous. There we go. All right, let's look at something somebody's saying here. Yeah, I would put a buy limit in right there if I was going to buy XRP while at roughly 20 cents if I was going to buy it, because I've already got my target picked out. Thanks for the input. I've been debating selling half my holdings. I already sold 95% of all mine. Let's see. Hi, Professor. Oh, okay. Sweet. Good deal. Good deal, Jude. I appreciate it. He's better than I am at charting. It's cool, brother. We all got time. We all figure this stuff out in time. We all learn it together. All right. I want to explain the Big Short to you guys real quick, and I want you to kind of roll with me on this and hear me out, okay? I was charting the DJI also. Look, big gap. Let's look. Let's erase this stuff. I don't want to see it. There we go. So all this took place of the Big Short in this mark right here. Okay. Now, if we look technically at this, we can see that, it did a pretty technical move and it couldn't break resistance, and that's the reason it retraced, okay? We can see that. It hit 1272 and it fell back. We took profit and never went past that, okay? I don't really care about that. I want to explain the Big Short to you. Anyone who hasn't watched the Big Short, I'm going to very much encourage you, after you watch football today, go watch it. It's an amazing movie. It's in technical speak, but it's all real, okay? I'm going to record this separately too. So if I get corny here, bear with me. Sometimes we got to get corny to help people learn, okay? Back hurting. Oh, by the way, if you haven't got a shirt, go get you a shirt. Okay, everybody needs a shirt. They're down there in the description in the Redbubble link. There's 5 different designs. Pick which one you want. I don't care. All money that I make from the shirts we give away. The giveaway will be on October 18th. If you're in the group and post a chart between the 15th and the 18th, you'll be registered to win, and I'll shoot you some XRP. Simple as that. All right. No profits from me. I don't want the money. I just want everybody to have cool shirts. All right, let's get this recording. All right, so the market crash of 2005 to 2010. Why did it happen and how did it happen? Well, it's not as complicated as you may think, all right? So there's a few things that we need to know and a few terms that we need to know beforehand. All right, so essentially we know the housing market crashed, but why did the housing market even have anything to do with anything? All right, well, a long time ago, someone figured out that people, especially like to the 50s through the 70s through the 80s, people would pay their mortgages, okay? And most of the time, people who had mortgages had them because they could afford them, all right? And they had to go through credit checks, and they had to have a good job, and they had to have money down and all this kind of stuff in order to afford that house, right? Otherwise, you had to rent or live in smaller housing until you could afford to move into a home or what we call the suburbs, all right? That's simple stuff. Okay, everybody knows that. You have that happen when you're in college. You live in a dorm. You get out of the dorm, move into an apartment. You stay in an apartment, you meet someone, you fall in love, you get a house, you get married, all that good stuff. It's the way it works. We slowly build ourselves up. All right, well, someone realized back in the 70s that you can market this stuff. And they realized that people quite often paid their mortgages. They didn't default on their mortgages and get foreclosed on. Most of the time they paid, right? Almost all the time. All right, so what we'll call those people are the A's. All right, those people are A's. Let's write this down so everyone can see it. People who pay their mortgage are an A. All right, pretty simple. They have good credit. They have good jobs. And they have down payment money. This all shows a commitment, okay? Credit, a job, and some down payment money. That shows a commitment that you're going to pay your bill. And we all know mortgages last roughly 30 years, right? There's different ones. They got 30-year, 20-year, 15-year, 10-year, but usually you get 30-year mortgages. And this separates your payments out for 30 years, all right? Everybody knows that, all right? So that's a standard mortgage. On that mortgage, you pay interest. Now, why do you pay interest? Because the housing people that you buy the house from might want $200,000 for that house. You only make $40,000 a year. Obviously, you can't afford to pay cash for this house. But rather than let you not have a house, the bank gives it to you on credit. And they charge you an interest rate per year on that house payment. All right, so they break that payment down from 30 years, $200,000. Your payment is, let's say, $500 a month, even though that's not right. $500 a month. Well, the bank charges you 6% interest on that, okay? And you pay that every single payment throughout the year, and that's called an APR, right? An annual percentage return. All right, so it's pretty simple, right? Everybody has a house payment. Everybody pays interest on that. This drags your payment out for 30 years, but it helps you pay off the house, and it helps you have somewhere to live and grow a family, right? Someone in the 70s realized that most everybody pays their payment. Well, slowly but surely, we eroded away from that. We started giving people loans that couldn't afford those loans, or giving them houses that were too big, or giving people jobs, or people houses without a job, or people houses without a down payment, or people houses with bad credit, okay? So those people would be, let's group them together here. The B group would be, let's say you have a job, check, credit, not so sure. Money down? Sure, you got some money to put down. So you got a job, you don't have any credit, but you do got some money to put down, okay? So what happens? Pretty simple, okay? The bank looks at you and say, well, you don't have good credit. So instead of only being 5% down, we're going to need 15% down. And if you can put that 15% down, we'll give you the same interest rate as the guy in the A group. And the guy in the B group says, you know what, I don't want to pay that much down, but I'll do it. I want this house. So that shows a commitment. Got me? So, if somebody else comes in the bank, okay, they don't have a job. They don't have any credit. They don't have any money down. These are C's. Pretty simple. You don't have any job, you don't have any credit, you don't have any money, but you've been renting for years and you're sick of rent. You're sick of it. You want to buy a house because Darth has a house, Jude has a house, Matt has a house, KG has a house, I have a house. Well, why can't you have a house too? That's not fair. That's not fair. How come you don't have a house? It's not cool. Well, then Nick jumps on here and says, I want a house. I want it too. Even though I don't have these things, I want a house too. Okay? So we have three different categories here. We have A, which is prime. Prime time, going to pay their payment buyers. We have B's, which are can probably pay their payment. Okay? Probably. Then we have C's. These are not so prime, are they? So these are what we would call, in a nice way, subprime. Okay? Does that sound nice? Subprime doesn't sound as bad as shit, right? Right. So, how do you make money off this? Well, this is where it gets tricky, okay? So, it would take the bank 30 years for them to make all their money back on this loan, right? Because it was a 30-year loan. So, that means every month you're going to pay $500 plus interest to this bank. Well, the bank had to fork out $200,000 to buy that house for you from the previous owner. The previous owner of this house was Darth. Darth sold this house to Nick for $200,000, okay? That's a prime loan. Done. Nick's going to pay his payment on this house payment. He makes $60,000 a year. He can pay twice that payment. So this is a prime realty loan. Okay. Inside this are other loans just like Nick's. Okay. Lots of loans just like Nick's. Lots of them. And they're all in a big bundle. Okay. And this is called a bundle of A1 loans. Okay. Okay. We're also going to give this a name. The name of this is a CDO. What does CDO mean? It's pretty simple. CDO is collateralized debt obligation. What does that mean? It means this whole bundle of loans is put together as collateral to be sold. That's pretty not complicated. All right. It was instead of just one loan like Nick's, we have 1,000 loans just like Nick's. And because they all look good, and he pays his payment, and he pays that interest payment every single month, and that bank gets their payment from them every single month, that looks good. Now here's the problem. That bank has $1 million to loan out loans with, right? Well, 5 people come in the bank, and they don't have any more money to loan out. Okay, they're stuck. I'm getting an interest payment from Nick and 4 other people, but I don't have enough money to keep moving stuff around. What do? Well, that's simple, okay? The bank sees these 5 loans, and they put them together in this bucket, and that becomes a CDO. And they sell this CDO, okay? They sell these 5 loans in a group, together to someone else. And why would they do that? Okay, on that $200,000 loan, that house would have been worth, in the end, $450,000, right? So that's $250,000 profit the bank would have made over 30 years. Okay, that's pretty simple. Okay, 450 times 5. 450,000 times 5. I don't know that math. Let's do it real quick. 450,000 times 5. That's 2.25 million. That's what the bank would have made. So they had $1 million to start with, and they would have made 2.25 if after 30 years. Simple. Got that? Instead, the bank sells these loans together, all together, to me. I buy them. And what do I pay for them? I pay less than the bank would have gotten. I'll buy these loans from Nick, the bank, for, a little bit less, like 1.75. And Nick says, that's fine. I'll take that 1.75. I'll take that 1.75 million. And Nick's out of the loan. He's got his money. He's got $1.75 million now. And no longer are the loans his responsibility. Okay? He's passed those on to me. That's a CDO swap. Okay? A collateralized debt obligation swap. Nick gave it to me. Now I've got it. Now I got stacks. Okay? I've got $150 million. So not only did I buy this from Nick, but I bought it from Wale. I bought it from Frank. I bought it from Harvey. I bought it from Dustin. I bought it from Tim. I got a whole bunch of these. I got a whole bunch of them. Okay? Now, that I've bought this from Nick, Nick had already made a bet. Okay? Nick made a bet that I would buy this. Okay? He made a bet that everyone would make their payments with that $1 million that he had. Everyone would make their payments, and that I would make this buy from him. That was his hope. Okay? His bet. His bet came through. I made a bet that I can do something with these. That secondary bet is called a derivative. That's a secondary bet on a bet that's already been made. Easiest way to describe this is a game of 21. I'm sitting there and I'm watching Darth and Nick play 21 at a table. Okay? Both of them get 17. I'm watching it and I see it and I lean over to Jeremy and I say, hey man, Jeremy, I bet you $20 neither one of these guys win. Jeremy says, okay, you're on. I just made a derivative bet. My bet was based on them. It's a secondary bet. Okay? Somebody sees me and Jeremy betting. Okay? It's Wale and KG. And Wale and KG look at each other and say, hey man, I bet you $20 Keith loses. That's another derivative. Okay? And then that happens again and again and again and again. And all these bets are all hinging on the fact that these right here hold strong. Okay? They're all betting on this A. They're all betting on this A. Okay, let's say everybody wins. Congratulations, we won. We'll move on to the next hand. Suddenly, the B's play. Okay? The B's start playing. And we make that bet again. We might win, we might lose. Then the C's start playing. Okay? Then we start losing. One by one by one. Now, what if I made up some horse shit and I knew that these so many people had A's that I would run out of A's eventually? Okay? I'm Nick, and I keep moving people through this place. And I keep using my 1 million, then 1.75, then 3, then 5 million, and I keep using up these A's. Well, I run out of A's. There's nobody left that can afford to pay their payment that makes enough money. Now what do I do? All right, what if I sold you 20 A's and 2 B's together? Okay? What if I sold you 20 A's and 2 B's? Would you take that buy? You still got, or sorry, 18 A's and 2 B's. That'd be 20 total. You still got 18 A's. Okay, but there's 2 B's in there. But you know, the B's, they're still pretty solid. They still pay their payment. Would you make that buy? Okay, sure. Nick, I'll buy it. Thanks. I'll hold on to that for a while. Okay? Now I'm starting to get all his A's and I'm starting to get some of the B's. So I get cold feet and I'm like, look, man, I got a lot of mortgages. I think I'll sell these. And I've got 2 million of these now. Okay? I got 2 million. So what do? I bundle those up. And I make my own CDO. And I sell it to some dude over in Saudi Arabia for $1 billion. Now I've got $1 billion. And none of these are my responsibility anymore. Okay? Now they're the guy in Saudi Arabia's responsibility. And this went on and on and on. And what happened? Little by little, the C's started getting added. And even worse than the C's started getting added to the A's. And the A's failed miserably. Okay? The A's weren't worth what they said they were. Because they had B's and C's mixed into them. Okay? And then once those failed, they said, what about the B's and C's? We've been betting on those too. Well, that was really bad. They were derivatives. They were really bad. They were secondary bets on an already bad bet. Okay? And then, flop. All of it falls in your freaking lap. That's the housing market crash. It's not that complicated, is it? Okay? It's pretty simple, actually. People made a whole lot of bets that people were going to pay their house payments. Little by little, loan companies started giving out houses to people who couldn't afford them. They couldn't afford the size of the house. They couldn't afford the payments. Variable interest rates happened. Okay? They stopped giving you 6% and would make a variable rate where it was 6% at first, but after 2 years, that rate went to 14. Suddenly, your house payment went from $500 to $1,500. You can't pay that, so you default. Well, who has to pay that payment when you default? You. Are you going to pay that? No. You're going to let it go into foreclosure. They foreclose on that house. They take that house and they sell it again for more profit. Okay? That's the bank. Did anybody get in trouble for this? Nope. As a matter of fact, we gave them $6 trillion to fix it. Did they change anything? Nope. It's still exactly the same way it was. Only now we're in 2020. Okay? It's the same way it was, only now we're in 2020. Now we have a pandemic, and people are losing their jobs and they can't afford their house payments. What does that sound like to you? What does that sound like to you? You really want to buy a house right now? You really think right now is the best time to buy a house? If you have a job and you can actually afford it, would you buy right now? Or if you thought the housing market was going to come down, when would you buy? I wouldn't buy here. I'd buy here. I'd buy a much better spot. Okay? Down here. I'd wait to find that house that's $400,000 that's gone down to $315 because the buyer couldn't sell it. I mean, the seller couldn't get rid of it. They couldn't find a buyer. They couldn't find an A to buy it. They could only find B's and C's. And the bank ran out of A's, remember? They're out of A's. All they can find is B's and C's, and nobody wants the B's and C's. They only want the A's. Well, if you wait a little while, you get an A. Okay? Housing market explained. Don't think it won't happen again. They didn't change anything. They didn't fix anything. It's going to keep happening, okay? This is why the whole world went broke when the United States housing market failed. Because all these Saudi Arabia people who bought all these bought shit loans. Nobody cared. I didn't care that I sold them to the guy in Saudi Arabia. Nick didn't give a shit that he sold them to me. He got rid of his and got his nut. I got rid of him and got my nut. Now you're stuck with them. Too bad. So Hopefully I explain that a little bit better for everybody. There's more details to it, but that's the overview, and that's basically what happened. So we'll end this one here, and see you guys on the next one. All right, I'm not quitting. I just wanted to record that. People need to know that's how the market now worked, okay? There's big fancy terms that say stuff and all this kind of crap, but you don't really need to know any of that. You just need to know why it happened. All right, let's see. Darth said I'm definitely a C. It's even worse than that. There's D's also. I like a stop loss. It's like a stop loss for the bank. You damn right it is. Don't derivative bet on me. I'm bad at blackjack. Not only that, but they were grabbing B's and C's as A's. Yeah, that's what I tried to say there. Yeah. Is there a technical analysis for the housing market? Yeah, there's an ADX or something like that. An ADX. I think there's an ADX. I forget the name of it. Or an ODX. Let's see if I can find it. Housing market stock chart. Maybe. DSRE. Let's see if that works. DSRE. No, nothing there. There's a sign for it. I don't remember what the term is. Let's see. When I get my phone screen fixed, I'll join the Telegram group. Yeah, anytime, brother. All you gotta do is message me, and I'll get you fixed up. It's simple when someone like you explain it in such a simple way. Well, I'm glad you got it, Matej. It's easier if you hear it the simple way and not the complicated bank way. But quite simply, these bank terms and complicated terms keep people like me and you out. Okay, there's a reason why people don't get involved in this stuff, because they don't understand it, and they don't understand it because they never had to do it before. Okay, and once you start to understand it, you start to see the bigger picture, and you go, "Oh crap, now I get it." Yeah, it's in the movie, Darth. He talks about it. Let's do it as a Big Short. Housing index. I don't remember what it's called. I have to go back and watch it again and find that one chart ticker, what it's called. But there's one chart ticker that it says is an example of the housing market. Keith, want to do a secondary bet on people on Twitter who expect XRP to move? All right, KG, I bet you $20 that at Twitter, crypto Twitter will never get better. That's my derivative. What's up? What you want to do? You want to take it? Oh, God. That's pretty good. You want to do a secondary bet on Twitter? Oh, that's good. That's well done, KG. I like it, man. This is well done. Let's see. There's different things I know also, like, is it HXB? Let's see. HXB. The only have they have is HXB2. That's all I have, TR, is HXB. I'm not sure what this is. I don't have enough data either. That can't be it, because the short happened in 2007. He said, I'm not taking it. PHLX. No, that ain't it. That's oil services. XHB. XHB. Okay. Hybrid bonds. Trust home builders. SPDR series trust home builders. I'm not sure on this one. Man, it might be. I gotta watch the movie again, and I remember looking it up before, and thinking I didn't know anything about that. But yeah, that would explain it right there. That's home builders though. Oh, word, you bought it for $2 at the dollar store? That's awesome. Yeah, Dollar General is like a way of life around here in the Carolinas. It's basically every other store on the side of the road. Every other store on the side of the road. There's so many dollar stores here. So many. I don't know if this is it though. I thought it said ADX or HBX or MEX or something like that with an X on the end. I don't remember. Stock ticker maybe? PHLX housing. Well, that's what it says. HGX. Ah. HGX. Okay. Boy. Look at that gap. God almighty. That must be it. Goodness gracious. Look at that. Holy crap. Yeah, HGX. That might be it. In the movie, he even mentions it. He's like, oh, the HGX is down 2% already. And they're like, wait, what? And if you listen closely in the movie, there's one part where Steve Carell is walking into the room and he's on his phone. You have to really, really listen to it to pick it up. But if you hear him really carefully, he says, I don't know. Buffett must have got the remittance data already. And then he hangs the phone up. Okay? What remittance data is he talking about? Well, the housing market requires data like who paid their payments and who didn't to understand whether or not the foreclosures are going to go up or down. Okay? That data comes back to them in a certain amount of time. Now, this is where XRP would be cool, is if you were using XRP to calculate how many foreclosures there are or not by the amount of remittances that come in or don't come in, well, then you'd have a faster response, right? You wouldn't have to wait 10 days or a month. You would get your information right now, which would be pretty cool. Only that hasn't happened yet, okay? But that's just something that would be neat. That would be a useful tool for XRP, because the remittance data is instant on XRP. You would know immediately who has and has not paid their payments. Okay, you wouldn't have to guess and wait. You'd have an instant spot of knowledge. Bam, right there. All right. Anybody got anything else I want to look at? Because it's almost 12 o'clock. I want to get off here and go get ready for football. Probably take a pre-football dump. That's the only way the Browns are getting to the Super Bowl. Oh, God. Anyway, the same thing I got on the market is Bitcoin is moving slow as molasses. We can't rush it. We got to wait. Nothing we can do. Just wanted to get on here and kind of explain some stuff to people who didn't understand how it worked. Give everybody a simple heads up. Yeah, 4 hours still moving sideways and down. Nothing we can do except wait. We got a nice spot to fall here. It's gonna go. We just gotta wait it out. Oh yeah, everything's on top. 200, 50, 100 bands are coming in. We're getting a tits move right here, Darth. Look at that. 50 and 100's crossing. It come back up and test it. It ain't gonna do it. It's gonna drop. It's gonna drop. Drop, 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 drop. Oh man, it's gonna go. This is why Darth called it what he called it, okay? Look at that. That's gonna cross. This is gonna come down. When these cross this 200, this will come down again, okay? And matter of fact, that may be the time when it comes down here and hits the bottom, okay? And that'll give it a chance to come back up. We'll see. I'll be buying down here somewhere. This is where I'm buying. And then no, I'm sorry, wrong space. Let's just delete this one. This is where I'm buying down here. Okay? It's a long way, isn't it? Yeah, that's why we're waiting. That's why we're waiting. All right. I appreciate everybody showing up. Y'all are kick-ass. I'll be back on here Tuesday, and we'll do another video, and hopefully we'll get some more people in here that haven't been here before, which would be awesome. and we'll continue to grow here. I'm glad you guys over in Europe got to hang out for a stream finally. I know it's odd times for y'all. I try to do this on the weekends sometimes when I can, so everybody can get in here and see a stream. But usually I only have Tuesdays and Thursday nights. That's the best time I can do it. Other than that, y'all stay straight. I'll see y'all over in the Telegram group. We'll keep the conversation going. I'll be watching football, but I'll be talking to y'all nevertheless. All right, then. We'll see y'all guys on the next stream. I appreciate everything. Go get you a shirt if you want. Links down below.